Today I'll be talking about what I think are some of the best dividend stocks for beginners. And why these stocks are the best ones for beginners is because they meet a certain criteria that I thought would be kind of important and definitely like almost like super important for beginner investors as well. But some of this criteria is that most of them are blue chip stocks. They have pretty large market caps, they have low volatility, and they have high sustainable yields. And by high and sustainable yields, I mean ones that aren't too high to where they're probably going to get cut soon, and yields that have been not only being paid out over the years, but have been increasing for at least a certain amount of years. And actually, all of these stocks are part of the Dividend Aristocrats, so they have been all increasing their dividends for at least 25 years, and some of these have been doing it for quite a bit longer. And a couple other things about these stocks in general and why I chose them. A lot of these are actually from consumer staples, and that sector compared to other sectors in the past has gotten hit a lot less than other sectors during recessions and crashes, and just generally when the market's down, they don't tend to be down as much. And this is likely because what a consumer staple company really is a company that's usually selling some product or service that's kind of might be considered to a lot of people a necessity. So when things are luxury goods, they probably don't sell very well during times when the economy's down. But when things are more needed, like common household items like toiletries, just things you'd buy every day regardless of how the economy is, those products tend to not do as poorly because people still need to buy those things, obviously. But anyways, getting right into the list, the first stock, which is not a consumer staple, and just so you know, these aren't in any specific order or anything like that. Yeah, they're not even by yield or anything. These are just 8 stocks. But anyways, the first one is AT&T, which has a 6.2% dividend yield. They've been giving out their dividend yield for a very long time. They actually have the highest on this list, and they also have the highest out of all of the Dividend Aristocrats. And one thing to note about AT&T's yield, if their price doesn't start increasing, it would be very difficult for them to sustain a yield above like 7 or 8%. That's just very unlikely. There's literally no stocks out there that could sustain that high of a yield right now, that has been giving it out for as long as AT&T has. So it's very unlikely that they'd be giving out that yield for too much longer. But I still think that they're a very good stock, and I do think their price is going to increase, so I don't think that yield's going to get too high. But anyways, next stock on the list is AbbVie from healthcare sector. And AbbVie, ticker symbol ABBV, they have a 4% yield, and technically if you look them up right now, they've only, I don't know, I don't want to say technically, but it might look as if they've only been increasing their dividend for a few years. But that is because as a company, they're a spin-off of Abbott Laboratories, if you've ever heard of that company or stock before. So it may look like they've only been increasing it, but if you take that, how many years they've been increasing theirs, and then how many years Abbott's been increasing their yield as well, if you take both of those into account, they have been doing it for 25 plus years. And also AbbVie has a much higher dividend yield. Their yield's around 4%, and their yield is honestly really good for a company like that has also had some pretty decent growth as well. And AbbVie, healthcare stock, it might seem risky at first, but this stock has plenty of markets that are more necessities to people that have been on the market for a while, that have been quite profitable for a while, and are bringing in a lot of revenue. After that is Colgate, and Colgate, ticker symbol CL, their yield is around 2.5 right now, and it is actually a stock that I own in my Robinhood portfolio as well. They're on a recent dip. I think it just made a whole lot of sense to buy there, and they're actually still technically on a little bit of a dip, so if you're interested in buying a stock right now, that might be one you might want to consider looking at. But Colgate, very nice yield, have been giving out for 25 years plus. Once again, if you look around your house, go to your bathroom, you probably see a lot of products from Colgate, even if you don't realize it or not, and this is a stock that will definitely continue to do well and can definitely continue to increase that yield. After that is Procter & Gamble, and Procter & Gamble has a yield around 3.5%, so 3.5% right now. And this is one that actually a lot of people in the comment section, it's been I feel like Procter & Gamble and Ford lately, they look through my portfolio and they're like, wow, I'm surprised you don't own these two stocks. But Procter & Gamble is definitely one that I could consider owning in the future. I just have a lot of my portfolio right now is consumer staples, and I don't like getting over heavy in one sector or another, but consumer staples would probably be the one sector I feel the most comfortable in. But anyways, Procter & Gamble, 3.5% dividend yield, very, very good yield. And by the way, I'll put all the stocks and their yields in the description as well. After that is Clorox, ticker symbol CLX. They have a 2.74% dividend yield. Also been giving out for 25 plus years. Consumer staple stock again. Once again, go to your basement probably. I feel like that's where all my Clorox products are, cleaning products, things like that. A company that probably isn't going to get too affected by a recession. They have a bunch of products on the market that are very, very profitable. After that is Coca-Cola, ticker symbol KO. This one a little bit different than some of the stocks. Still technically a consumer staple, even though you might not necessarily consider it one, but it is technically categorized into one because it is sort of one. Like, people still buy Coke products. Coke, I would say, probably one of the more famous dividend stocks on the list because Warren Buffett owns such a large percentage on it, and his yield on cost is I think it's around 60 or 70% on Coca-Cola because he bought it back in 1980s or something like that. So and a yield on cost is another very interesting measurement to take into account if you plan on holding a lot of stocks like these for years and years. But anyways, next on the list is Kimberly-Clark, ticker symbol KMB. They have around a 3.63% dividend yield. Very similar to the rest of these stocks on the list. A stock that I think will do fine during recessions, did fine during the last one, didn't cut its yield or anything like that, like all these other stocks. And it has a very nice yield, very safe yield, 3.5% around. After that, and the last stock on this list is Walmart, ticker symbol WMT. Walmart, another one I own, had a recent dip. I wouldn't say this is one of the more risky stocks on the list, but a lot of people might consider it so. It's been one that has been sort of on a downtrend for the past few months or so, probably even close to a year now that I think of it, but still a stock that I feel super confident in. I bought it on the dip. It has a very nice yield. It's been increasing its yield for 25 plus years now, and a stock that a lot of people were worried about, a lot of retail stocks getting hit hard by Amazon and e-commerce, but Walmart, in my opinion, is doing a great job to combat that. But anyways, just quickly going to say the stocks again so you guys know. AT&T, AbbVie, Colgate, Procter & Gamble, Clorox, Coca-Cola, Kimberly-Clark, and Walmart. All these stocks, dividend aristocrats. They've been increasing their yields for 25 plus years. All these have, except for two of them, all of them have above a 3% yield, but the other two definitely can get it there soon. All these stocks also I'd consider on the blue chip, very large market caps, low volatilities, high sustainable yields as well. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think about these stocks. Let me know in the comment section if there's any other stocks that could be good dividend yielding stocks for beginners. Definitely let me know. I want to know what you guys think about that. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching the video. And if you haven't checked out my channel before, I talk about the stock market, investing, personal finance, really anything that has to do with money. So if you're interested in anything like that, definitely head over to my channel and consider subscribing. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching.